talk. Princes William and Harry may have avoided any awkward run-ins at last night's Diana Legacy Awards, but Meghan's surprise Instagram brand launch certainly ruffled some royal feathers. The Prince of Wales congratulated the young winners at London's Science Museum and held his mother's legacy in an emotional speech.
But this evening's Legacy Award is particularly special as it marks the 25th anniversary year of the Diana Award, a charity set up to reflect my mother's belief that young people can change the world. I know that she would have been honoured to see a charity in her name doing such inspirational work to uplift young people from all corners of the globe.
Well, shortly after William left the building, Harry surprised the winners with a virtual congratulations backstage.
So much of the future depends on you guys, right? And you know that. And some of you may feel as though the work that you're doing is small. Some maybe feel as though it's big. Wherever it goes, whatever it does, the impact again that you are having on hundreds of thousands, millions of people, like without you guys doing that and without you inspiring other young people to do the same thing because it feels good, because it's the right thing to do, but you also, you get so much from it. That inspiration is like this ripple effect that goes across the water. And you don't need me to tell you that.
Can I just say that when I did a little bit of coaching people, I always used to say, don't do all of this because it's quite distracting if you're always waving your hands in front of me. Anyway, the PR blitz from Montecito on the same night of Diana's Legacy Awards has led critics to accuse Meghan and Harry of trying to eclipse the event. Let's take a look at the timeline. So an hour before William's arrival at the Diana Awards, Meghan launched her mysterious new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, on social media. 6:30 p.m, William arrives at Diana Legacy Awards, delivers the speech honouring his late mother 30 minutes later. 9 o'clock, the Sussex's Archwell team released a video of Meghan and Harry announcing the winner of the NAACP, Archwell Foundation's Digital Civil Rights Award. That's a quite tidy little naming. And it was later that evening that Harry video linked to the Diana Awards to congratulate the recipients, with its Archwell team releasing the video of his interactions with the winners in the early hours of this morning. And just this afternoon, sources have revealed that Meghan is rustling up a new cooking show with Netflix, which is reportedly set to start filming in a few weeks. I can't wait. Yeah, I mean, I think, of course, this was all designed to be maximum PR. Why would you not? I mean, that's the first thing that you do when you're doing PR is say, where can we get maximum impact? I mean, my only problem with this is American Riviera Orchard. I mean, it sounds like a really sad bottle of wine, possibly zero alcohol, no sulfates, you know, and you just know that it's going to taste a bit like really kind of slightly duff apple juice. You know, it's just a really rubbish name. I mean, I never was a big fan of the name Goop, which sounds quite gloopy and unpleasant and sticky. But then, of course, after all, Gwyneth Paltrow does sell quite sort of sticky-sounding candles. So, yeah. You know.
So I guess the only thing to say, I mean, I agree with you that the name sounds sort of weird to our ears. The area they live in Montecito, is nicknamed American Riviera, so it's referencing.
It's the orchard part.
It's the orchard part because they do grow their own fruit in their gardens, blah blah. But it does, to our ears, it sounds pretty lame, I think. But I think maybe to American ears, it sounds a bit.
It sounds like a rival to Highgrove to me. It sounds like they're after the duchy of. The Duchy's kind of Duchy original sort of set, which is the father-in-law's business, which William's been very involved in as well. So it just makes it just has that sense of, you know, homemade. It's got. I know it's not supposed to be British. It's obviously they've gone with this American Riviera, but it's just got echoes of it for me.
Because they are going to do, aren't they, things like jams and jellies and cups and mugs, which is very much, as you said.
And actually, Jo, talking about what you were saying there about Highgrove, if you look at the crest that's been unveiled as all part of this, it actually does, you know, the font that they've used and so on is, because I don't think it matches Meghan. You look at it there, and that does look like a wine label, don't you think?
Yeah.
But it's got that really old-fashioned font, which I don't think marries very well with Meghan's own image. You know, when you see the stuff that she releases from her house, it's all very California. It's all sort of, you know, soft colours and very modern and that sort of thing. Whereas
I think they're going
looks-
after curious into the royals kind of set in America who go, oh, I'd like a bit of the finer stuff.
Yeah,
And
of
I think
course.
that's what they're going after.
Yeah.
Of course they are, and that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
She's not going to be the TV star anymore. She is a Duchess. She has the royal title still. She's not going to call herself Her Royal Highness, but of course that's the market they're going for. When she had the tick, she was making £80,000 a year off it, and she hardly posted on there. And then obviously she met Harry, had to decommission it. She's going to make millions from this, and they'll do sponsorship deals with people. They'll pop up and do
Yeah.
organic ranges, and they'll do collaborations. And they'll get sponsorship deals. It's going to make her millions and millions of quid.
And remember,
Country cashmere.
she's just hired Adele's stylist. So she's going to be in these great big frocks in the kitchen, switching up and down. She'll be giving Nigella a run for her money, surely.
I was just imagining as well, big old sort of thick cashmere or sort of, woolly kind of throws and sort of, cushions in the future and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because she's all about
Christmas
that.
special.
Now, James, I must say, could you please shush? None of us can get a word in. You're so bursting
I just
to
don't
talk
know what
about
to say.
this one.
I mean, I said this every time I can. There's always a royal story, and it involves Meghan. I think there's so many important topics in the world to talk about, and we are talking about
I'm
Meghan's
afraid
jams
it's
and
what
the
people are
American
talking
Riviera,
about.
and I just thought, oh, this is so naff.
And
So
I've got nothing to add.
You're not going to be subscribing then?
Where do you, to what? What is it?
The
I
website.
don't. Who
What,
cares?
to buy things? Because actually, do you know what it is? There is a thing about kind of, if you're going to somebody's house, I can imagine somebody, if the bag looked nice and if the product looked nice and if it tastes good, then you would
If I saw that, someone said, would you like some of this? I'll get my coat.
Yeah, I know, but that's because you don't live in America. I think in
But
America
going
there
back-
is something different.
Going back to William and Harry, it was so very clear. You've got William doing his speech. It was pretty boring, lackluster. It's been written by someone else.
He's had a rough week.
Yeah, I know, but still, bring some energy, mate. It's your mum's memory here.
Yeah.
And then you've got Harry, enthusiastic, off the cuff. I know you said he's throwing his hands around, but Harry seems like
He is more enthusiastic.
he's warm and he's welcoming and just being normal.
But William's being the
very
future
stifled.
king.
He's the
That's what he
future
does.
king.
He has to play the
Yeah.
straight
doing it
guy. He
properly.
has to be the.
Yeah.
He has to do the professional bit. Harry doesn't
No.
have. Harry can wear a jumper, turn up, and go, "Hi guys, great to see you." all."
William
There's
is
a
supposed-
difference.
No, but William is supposed to be the modern king. He's supposed to have changed the royal family. We don't want to have another royal family who had for the last few hundred years where it's I'm straight and I'm coming and I'll wave and I'll go.
who's-
They're supposed to be young and energetic.
Yeah,
That's what
who
they're
said
supposed
that?
to
I mean,
be.
look how successful the Queen was. It's about tradition
Yeah.
and maintaining that tradition. He is young. He is modern. He's got a family. He's doing things differently. But ultimately, he speaks well. He does speak with passion, and he speaks eloquently.
There was no passion in that
Well,
speech.
Harry just looks like he's been through millions of hours of therapy and all the hand movements.
Well, that's not a bad thing. We're going to talk about mental health later. You can mock it now, but that's a good thing.
Actually,
Yes.
I would if I was giving William some top tips. I'd say you don't need to leave quite that big a pause between the sentences.
Yes.
And move
you
your
can
arms
press
more.
on and move your arms more, for goodness sake, because otherwise there's no passion involved if you're not waving.
He might worry he'd land a plane or something.
It was Tony Blair that started all these hand movements.
No, it wasn't. It was Kevin O'Sullivan.
Right.
Kevin O'Sullivan. You can't move for that guy throwing his arms around.
flapping things all over.
Yeah, flappy Uncle Kev.